Committee task force on the declassification of federal secrets. She has said that there is evidence of interdimensional beings that can operate through the time spaces that we currently have, which is obviously going to catch a lot of people's attention. Anna Paulina Luna, thank you very much, Congressman. It's good to have you with us today. I want to go back to that. You told Joe Rogan in a podcast in August when you were discussing all of this that you have viewed evidence of interdimensional beings here on Earth and that they operate through the time spaces that we currently have. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, I think that a good example would be some of the photo visual evidence that we've seen directly in some of these classified briefings that will now be made public. One of the famously now, infamous videos that we showed in one of our hearings was actually a video that was dead dropped to Eric Burlison, who's a member of Congress, from within the Department of War. And it shows a UAP, an unidentified aerial phenomena, deflecting a Hellfire missile. This was taken off of ISR footage off the coast of, I believe it was Yemen. So long story short, there have been briefings that we've received as Congress that leads us to believe that, yes, there is definitely an advanced technology out there that's not created by mankind.
He is chair of the Oversight Committee task force on the declassification of federal.
He's headed our way. Getting this? He's headed our way.
We all saw the movie Signs, right? Where the aliens land in the cornfield and they leave a crop circle and they're wondering what the Sam Dam's going on. Did you know this is a uncontested, non-debunked video of a crop circle being formed in real time, filmed on top of that hill you just saw, which to this day has not been disproven, and it was filmed before you could CGI stuff. And it was brought to the police station as evidence immediately after it was recorded. Therefore, there couldn't have been any type of altering after the recording. Like, there wasn't the technology back then to go in and change things around that quickly. So this is the most undisputed instance of crop circles to this day. Now, there is fake crop circles out there, but this one's real. Check this out.
From this height, Oliver's Castle, one of the most often debated observations, was made early one morning in 1996. A young man who had spent the night here and had brought a video camera with him was woken during early dawn by a humming sound. Here I'm standing at Oliver's Castle at precisely the same spot as John Whaley was standing in August 1996, when he supposedly, for the first time in history, managed to film the creation of a crop circle.
It's an energy thing, man. It's not a UFO landing.
That the crop circle was not here on the previous day but had appeared on the following morning was a fact. That John Whaley was here at dawn could be confirmed by a military patrol that happened to be jogging by at the time. John went to the local pub later that same day and showed his film to the people there. Even so, many believe that he had managed to manipulate the film with computer animation in the meantime, something that computer animation experts doubt. To overlay a perfect animation over a handheld, unstable film would need several days of work using the computer equipment of that time. Even today, the film is still a great mystery, and John has gone underground due to the intense interest that his film created.
Now, the craziest part about crop circles they found is that if you take a crop circle, many of them, and you put them from 2D into 3D, that it's actually like a blueprint of either Fibonacci sequences or magnetic devices that generate basically free energy. And this was covered extensively in the movie Thrive, or the documentary Thrive. Now, we're going to do a deep dive on this on my Rumble channel. If you want to tune in, comment the word Rumble below or check the link in my bio.
Ain't no way this is Taraji. What has happened to Taraji? That's impossible. There's no way that this is Taraji. What happened to her? She looks very, very different. And everybody around her is embracing her new look. Who's this? Who is this right here? Because this don't look like Taraji. Really think about it. Since when does Taraji take pictures like this? Since when? Come on, guys, pay attention. Taraji even had the nerve to say that nothing was done. Nothing was done. This is what she said, right? But if you look, it looks like something was done. Her neck looks different. Her chin looks different. Her nose looks different. Her face is more slimmer and more stronger. Something is going on with Taraji, because this is the real Taraji. The Taraji I know, the baby boy Taraji that I know, that I remember. All right? You understand what I'm talking about? This is Taraji, for sure. This is Taraji, right? Come on, guys, you remember, we've been watching this lady for years. Yep, there she is. There's the real Taraji. This is what people are saying. If you ask me, Taraji's just been taking care of herself and she came out with a new look. And it's always the women that come out with a new look, more than the men. Very interesting. Yep, this is Taraji too. This is her. You know it's her. We know this for sure. This can't be Taraji right here. It just cannot be Taraji, guys. There's no way. Look at her. She's laughing at us. She's like, you think they'll notice? Shut up. Something's going on with Taraji. I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Shout out to Taraji and her new look. She looks
Ini baru kali ini.
Enggak juga gitu. Saya ini sampai tua ini baru saya lihat begini.
Iya.
Saya ini masih dalam ketangka ada berapa? Ini baru saya lihat.
Tapi kayaknya dia seturun nih, dia seturun.
Di atas sama dia lihat di atas di bawah nih.
It's definitely something weird. I don't know if it's a UFO, but whatever it is, it's weird. All right, they're saying these are guards behind the ice wall. Why does this look so real, though?
Там дальше, видите? Вверх идет.
Они что-то вывозят. Нам еще эти круглые типа. Как там?
Тихо, вниз.
And spotted.
Не трогайте ее! On the ground, now! Вот она.
They ain't playing the Antarctic Treaty.
Did you know that there are over 6,000 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes? Let's talk about it. As well as a whole bunch of airplanes that still have human remains in them. Did you know that there are over 6,000 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes? Let's talk about it. As well as a whole bunch of airplanes that still have human remains in them. This is how many shipwrecks there are in literally just Lake Michigan alone. And that's not even close to all of them. This is the Edmund Fitzgerald when it was above water. And this is the back half of it when it's completely submerged. I hate everything about this. A whole bunch of people also say that that ship is haunted. Divers love checking that place out and just go.
Tree was shooting a documentary in Antarctica investigating aliens right before he died. Russia is starting to look like the end of days with RPGs being fired in the middle of the street and rain turning black. GTA 6 officially has a pre-sale date and cover art. So it's looking like we're actually getting it this year. An environmental lawyer is facing up to 2 years in prison for cleaning up a river. And we got stacks of World Cup news to get through. This is my last episode in Korea, so let's make it a good one. And to celebrate the World Cup, let's stop the yapping and let's go! Okay, so you know when the Iran and the US war was like at its peak, everything was going on, and we started each video with the war capsule updates because there was just so much going on? Well, guess what? We're in a different war right now. a good kind of war. The World Cup! So, right now episodes will start with World Cup updates. And you know what? Just a little bit on the side. I'm glad this summer we're talking about the World Cup and not World Wars, because the way that this year started, it felt like World Wars was going to be the vibe. So, starting off today with a little bit of history that we have made before we even get out of the group stage. This has been the fastest World Cup to reach 100 goals in 68 years. And it has taken only 33 games to reach this milestone. And the only one quicker than this was the World Cup in Switzerland in 1954 that took just 20 matches. But, I mean, come on. 1950s football is very different than 2026. Now we've got VAR disallowing a bunch of goals. We've got penalty reviews and all of that. So if you think about it, this is probably just history in the football that we know it. Now, one reason that many people have been putting this down to is potentially the ball. Because I think a lot of you can remember in 2010, the Jabulani, that thing flew in the air like goalkeepers were never expecting. And so there's some talk about that with the ball. But then again, this one has been all the way to space and tested for its perfect symmetry and flight path. So ball or no ball, it's a great World Cup so far. Talking about history being made, yet another keeper from a tiny nation playing at this World Cup is about to have their lives changed forever. So as you'll remember, in the last episode, we were talking about Vozinha from Cape Verde that went from 50,000 followers to over 12 million in a couple of days right before retirement. So he's gonna have do some brand deals on there, I'm for sure. Well, now the goalkeeper from Curacao, which is 150,000 population. So it's literally like 2 of the stadiums that he played in, that was the population. Well, Eloy Room, he helped Curacao actually draw 0-0 against Ecuador, which they were really the underdogs for. In fact, he broke records. He made 15 saves, making it the all-time record for saves at a World Cup in 90 minutes. Crazy. And he kept a clean sheet. So he didn't have 15 saves and 2 goals conceded. No. 0 went past him. In fact, if he just made 1 more save that match, he would have tied the all-time record, regardless of how long the match was played. And that was set by Tim Howard in 2014, but that one went into extra time. So Eloy Room ended up winning man of the match and got a 10 out of 10 performance. Also, another amazing update from the World Cup is that Japan's respect and behavior at the World Cup is spreading.
I cannot speak English, but I'm excited! I love it! Yeah, baby! Japan! Yeah!
I love your energy, buddy. Yeah! Okay, hey, let's go!
Now, as we've seen in multiple World Cups right now, Japan, the players and the fans, they leave the stadium and the changing rooms in spotless condition. And guess what? Ever since the clips of that going viral in this World Cup, the Portuguese fans were seen cleaning up the stadium as well after their game against the Congo. And it's not just Portugal, because we also saw fans from Paraguay cleaning up the stadium. They stayed a while after their 1-0 win against Turkey. So, I mean, I don't know if it's too early to call it, but imagine this becomes a trend. And this is what the World Cup is remembered for. Each team just cleaning up after themselves, and all because of Japan. Let's hope it does. And then, for the last crazy story to come out of the World Cup since recording, we're seeing some of the crazy things that teams have brought with them to North America instead of just sourcing it locally. For example, we're hearing that Norway has brought more than 1,000 kg of food with them to America. That includes 300 kg of Atlantic salmon and whitefish, 116 kg of brunost, which I think is their traditional caramelized brown cheese, and 6,000 oranges. And all of that is just for Harvard. I wouldn't even be surprised. Now, this is basically because they want their players and staff to have food that their stomach is used to, which, I mean, if you want to ask the complications of eating food from North America when you're from Europe, speak to Alex. He will talk to you about his gut issues all day going from the UK to Canada.